bring the little snap back. My lace looking a little funny. So I had to bring the snap back, you know. But had to get my Dodgers going on because that's my team. But anyways, welcome back to another episode of Thicker Thoughts. This is your girl TL. And this is like a self episode. Like I'm letting y'all know, you know, some things that I've got going on with myself and some topics that I want to talk about that I've been on my mind for a minute. And it's kind of been, you know, my reasoning for putting this platform out here and talking to people only because I felt like these things weren't talked about a lot because it's accepted in our society. And it's things that go on over time that, you know, will never change. Like, I don't think I'll ever stop wearing a wig. That's not gonna change. Like, I'm always gonna wear a wig. I mean, I don't know, like I might come on here with a pink fade. Like I'm thinking about doing a pink fade. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all think I should do a pink fade? Like just like, you know, like a pink fade. I'm thinking about, you know, going in my Amber Rose type of phase, but just pink. And I know I ain't gonna do no fine. But no, I just wanna like get some things off my chest that I've been needing to talk about. So basically, like, I want to say, like, this is 2022? Yeah, this is August 2022. So I graduated college May 2021, and I'm still going through post-graduation depression. Now, a lot of people don't know what post-graduation depression is. So it's like, basically, every year I see people go back to school, I get depressed because the feeling of being in school is just different than being out in the real world. And like, I just got into the real world and I'm starting to work and get into, you know, my job set. Ooh, we ain't gonna talk about the job. Lord, no. But, I'm just getting out into the world and getting into my job. And sometimes it's a little hectic. It's been a little crazy this week. So I might be a little off. It's been a little real crazy this week. Real crazy. But I'm gonna jump into these topics. So the first topic I'm gonna talk about, I mean, when I was in college, I was, you know, out there with our history and, you know, the things that happened in our community was something that was always needed to be brought to the forefront, especially when you're going to a PWI or you're in a state like Kentucky where we don't have a lot of black news being brought to the forefront. It's crazy how, as much as it seemed like everybody watched Woman of the Movement and everybody was posting about it and watching it, but nobody's posted about why Carolyn Bryant wasn't indicted on any charges when it came to Emmett Till. When I was in college, I used to do a speech. I actually used to do a speech about Emmett Till. I was in high school. I switched from my Christian high school to my public high school. And my first day in public high school, I learned about Emmett Till. I never heard of anything like this happening remotely. The only thing I heard about was the civil rights movement, but we never got into the real brutality of the civil rights movement. I had a teacher, and he taught us about the story of Emmett Till and the things that happened to him. Now, I watched Women of the Movement. I'm very glad that film is out there. It's actually a series, not a film. They're making a film about him, but I'm very glad that's out there. But there were some parts in that series that were kind of dramatized, like they were kind of made dramatic in the series that kind of dulled the message of, you know, the story of, you know, what happened to Emmett Till and what the things that the people in our community should be watching for. So that's another thing I'm gonna be talking about in this segment. I'm also gonna be talking a little bit about colorism, you know, with women, and colorism in dating, so I can talk, you know, to my young folks about how it's so important to look inside your community to build these bonds and build these relationships. Everybody wants to seek outside of our community, wants to seek outside of our people because of, social media, what the world says, or what, other people's perception of them is. And I think that that's just bullshit. I think that it's about being fly and about being cool and about being, what's trendy on Instagram, what's in, what's not. I think all of that. I think dating and everything, I feel like all of that is mixed in. So I feel like through the story of Emmett Till, we can break down into colorism and, why some of these things happen. So I'm going to jump right into it. This segment is called Dropping Bombshells. I know I'm starting on my segments a little early, but we're going to get into it. So, Emmett Till was murdered many years ago. If you know the story of Emmett Till, you know that this woman, Carolyn Bryant, I don't even know why she hasn't changed her name or thought about, any of that, because she had such a detrimental part in something that happened in our society. Like, she's just out there in the open, like, hey, I did this and I'm still here. Like, you have no remorse for what's going on. She's still alive till this day. They found some documents that stated that her husband and her husband's brother they didn't have enough evidence to charge them with the murder or anything that went on with Emmett Till. But indefinitely, Carolyn Bryant lied about Emmett Till catcalling at her. Lied about it, just lied. And so they brought it back up to the Supreme Court and, in the courts that would be. And they said that there was not enough evidence in this case that she could not be indicted for killing Emmett Till. So what does that say to, our young men that are out here in society who are, even pursuing a woman? Just think that if you was walking in a gas station and there was, a woman there, a woman not of our color, a woman of a different color, and you walking in and you just wink at her or you catcall her or whatever. Or even if you don't, even if you walk past her and you say, oh, she's cute or something like that, and she goes back and she tells her father or her husband what you said, that could happen to anyone. I'm not saying that, it couldn't happen, within our race, but we could keep these things at a minimum if we could understand that the bond within our race is different. Like, no one can love you as a black man or a black woman other than a black man or a black woman. No one understands you or understands the trauma that you go through in society. No one understands that. So there's his name is Marcus Garvey. He believed in Garveyism and believed in the people in his community coming together as one and not seeking help from the outside community. We don't need help. Like, I know it's cool to be like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. Black girls ain't in because they not exotic. The only thing that's in is exotic, and that ain't, y'all want to be in and cool, because all of this that's going on right now, even in the Emmett Till case, all of this streams back to, slavery. Like, just think about slavery. And we talk about, slaves that were in the fields and slaves that were in the house, but we also got those mulatto slaves that were able to use that to their advantages to get out of slavery and purchase homes, to lure the French men to purchase homes because of their skin and because of their beauty. But there was also other black women who were in the same predicament, in the same enslavement, that were not considered beautiful because of this. And it's trickled all the way down to now. Like, it's like y'all would rather, y'all would walk past, a sister and just act like, we not shit. Like, it happens every day. Like, If I was standing next to somebody that was like of a different race, I bet you 9 times out of 10, a man wouldn't even look at me. And all of this streams from colorism. It streams from, you know, self-hatred of our skin that the society has taught us. So it's crazy that in the Emmett Till incident that nobody is posting about it. Because you know why? Because it is mainstream broadcasted. It is put out into our society that our women are not cared about. You have to think about Mammy Till, who had to bury her son, who decided to have a open-faced casket. A black woman decided to have a open-faced casket to show the world what happened to her son because someone of the opposite race lied about him catcalling. Like, every time we walk out in the gas station, we always like, hey, little mama, you cute. Hey, little mama, you thick. Hey, little mama, you blah, blah, blah. Well, just think if you do that to the wrong person one day. I just think you even thinking about doing it. Like, that could very much well, I don't want to say that it could be you, but you're safer in the hands of your own community. Like being with the women that know you the most, love you the most. You don't have to yearn for other loving because we understand you mentally, emotionally, physically. We can't understand everything, but we can understand you more than anyone else can because sometimes we have the same biases put against us in society and we face the same things. So it's like very weird that this is not being talked about. Like, I mean, yeah, y'all rather post the Instagram model's picture though, but nobody's posting about why Curlin Bryant was not indicted on these charges. We are back with another segment of Thicker Thoughts. So I'm still in my, dropping bombshells because I want to let y'all know about the things going on, right? So we got an OnlyFans model. Her name is Courtney Clenny, and she was charged with murdering her boyfriend. And it's actually a video, but I want y'all to know, like, she was able to get away with this for 4 months. She went all the way to Hawaii, out of Miami, after she murdered one of our kings. Just murdered him. It's a video. They got into the elevator. She murdered him, like striked him and murdered him. And she was able to get away with this for 4 months and flee to Miami. So if there's nothing that I'm putting out here, it's like, nobody cares about us like we do. Nobody's gonna have our back like we do, because she was able to get away with this for 4 months. If I'm telling you right now, if we was to go out, if this was to happen in our community, or if it was the other way around, nobody's getting away with murdering for 4 months. Nobody's gonna be able to get away with that. If a black male was to murder, you know, a woman of another race, if a black male was to murder a woman of another race, they would not be able to get away with this for 4 months, or even take that long to flee to another state, let alone Miami. You're not even getting through TSA. They don't care about y'all like we do. And it's like, you undermining us, you don't want to talk to us, we don't matter, we not hip, we not in, because we not exotic, or, you know, my skin's a little darker than what you might prefer. Everybody has a preference, but I'm just saying, like, you know, to generate the love that you need, the true love that you want in your life, you have to open up to the people that can connect with you the most. And so all of this, I feel like it started from colorism. And it's like what is portrayed to us in the media, and the people that are put out, you know, into popularity and put out in the streams. So there was a quote there's actually a tweet by Keke Palmer, because a lot of people been talking about this colorism thing. And so Keke Palmer has been compared to Zendaya. They compare Keke Palmer to Zendaya. I'm thinking about my childhood, I'm thinking about other people's childhood. Keke Palmer and Zendaya have totally different repertoires, like, but they're the same age. They're not totally different repertoires, but Keke Palmer has a string of being an innovator, being a starter of so many things, and she's so overlooked because of her beauty, because she doesn't fit into the standard of, you know, curly hair, you know, that exotic look. She doesn't fit into it. So the tweet says, a great example of colorism is to believe that I can be compared to anyone. I'm the youngest talk show host ever, the first black woman to star in her own show on Nickelodeon, the youngest and first black Cinderella on Broadway. I am incomparable, baby. This is Keke Palmer. I've been a leading lady since I was 11 years old. I have over 100+ credits and currently starring in an original screenplay that #1 film in the box office. No. I've had a blessed career, thus I'm far I couldn't ask for more, but God continues to surprise me. This is very irritating to me. Like, why is it that, you know, darker skinned women, brown skinned women, you know, black women, why is it that because of our skin tone we can't be, you know, placed into a compatible space with these other women that fit into the standards of beauty, of European beauty? Why is it that our standards are a lot, you know, we can never be, you could never be a better actor? Or that's just like telling me that I could never be up there with, you know, Angela Yee or any, that's like telling me that. So it's like, why is it that Keke Palmer cannot be a better actor than Zendaya? And the only reason that I can see this is because of colorism. Literally that. And it's token, like, even when we get on Instagram, you know, we got our brown skin baddies, you know, these people, it's a couple men out there that like they brown skin melanin baddies. Shout out to y'all. But shout out to men, you know, who love all shades, who don't discriminate against all shades. But it's like, I bet y'all this has been done. You know, people have talked about this time and time again, and it keeps coming up because nobody is strong enough to be the one to put a stop to the cycle, or nobody is strong enough to be, you know, outward about it and be on the front line about it and say, this stops here. This doesn't pass go. This is not okay that we are doing this to people in our community. So, you know, everybody's watching P-Valley. You know, P-Valley, the season just ended. But even in that show, like, that show, I love that show. But, you know, I love how we have, like, our brown-skinned women in these lights shown and portrayed in these lights, that they are powerful, that they are not beneath, that they are a part of our society, and they are strong enough to withhold on their own. You know, Shannon Thornton, I think I said it right. Shannon Thornton, she plays Mississippi. And she also took to Twitter about this as well when Keke Palmer was talking about her colorism issue, you know, in the world. She said, I always thought it was very true to life for me. Anyways, I've always been told to my face by a dark-skinned black man that I dated that lighter women were more beautiful simply because they were lighter. Now, he doesn't represent everyone, but it wasn't the last time I heard a man say that. But anyways, brown-skinned girls, I love y'all. I love us. We don't need anyone to validate how special or beautiful we are. You know, P-Valley is a poppin' show. It's valid, right? P-Valley is a poppin' show, and it's valid. And I like how they make, you know, they don't do this hierarchy. And I think it's because, you know, it's directed by black women. It's written, you know, a lot of it is, you know, in the studio work by black women who understand how it feels to be displaced in society. Like, how it feels to be beneath thee. Like, sometimes, like, you know, I'm not saying that I'm a darker skinned black woman, or I'm not saying that I'm a lighter skinned black woman, but sometimes I can go into spaces where, you know, there are no black women, and like, it makes me feel like I'm beneath when all, you know, the people who are have the same skin color as me don't even come up and talk to me, or don't even look my way, like I'm an eyesore to them. But that's what it's come to. Like, it's really sick and nasty and icky and like, why? Why feed into, you know, the social media bullshit? Because everybody wants to be popping. Everybody wants to be popular. They be like, oh dang, if I get me a Coily Ray type, or if I get me a Ari type, or if I get me a, you know, type. Everybody's got a, if I get me a type, or if I get me a type, you know, like, it's just like, I don't know, like, it's dating. Like, do you date off of trends? Like, is that a thing now? Like, are people dating, like, based off of trends? Like, and what they see in society? Like for me, like, I don't know, like, I don't think that I date based upon the skin tone, or based upon money, or based upon, you know, job titles, or, now I ain't gonna lie. I am a high achieving sister. I have, you know, I graduated from Western. I'm a high achieving sister. I do believe that if I'm working hard, then my partner should work hard too. But it's never about how they look, or their skin tone, or their height. It's never about any of that. It's only about truly who the person is. Like, to me, it's like with me trying to date men within my race, it's always about, you know, am I small enough? Or, you know, is my hair, like, you know, the right way, or, you know, am I making myself look husky? Or it's never about like genuinely who I am as a person. Like it's very weird. Like it's like since we got this phone here, like people don't know and realize how to seek out a real person because everybody's on social media land. Everybody thinks that just because, you know, people post a pic on social media, their social media exudes who they really are in real life. So you get into these scary situations like Courtney Clenny. You get into these scary situations like Courtney Clenny, and you see these OnlyFans models and these Instagram models, and you know, you catcalling at them, you try and get them to go out on a date with you dropping comments and all that, and they not who you think they are. Alright guys, you know, I'm about to chill out and wind down, and I'm gonna see y'all back right after these commercials. We are back from commercial, so we're getting into, you know, we're about to get a little thick up in here, y'all. It's about to get a little thick. It's about to get thick like me. Yeah, we about to get thick. All right, so, you know, we talking about colorism and dating and, you know, all that type of thing. So, everybody went to this new Chris Brown tour. I love Chris Brown. I love his music. Let's not get a little too ahead of ourselves. I love his music. I love his artistry. I think he is an amazing artist. I think he is amazing music. But, you know, he does have some character flaws, some big ones that are big no-nos for me in my book. I don't, you know, other people don't have these things, but these things make me not want to support an individual. So Chris Brown has some real, you know, outwards ideas about women and skin color. He just had this tour, had people paying, you know, $1,000 for a meet and greet. Love doing meet and greet with my fans, blah, blah, blah. Would I have paid for a meet and greet with Chris Brown, technically? Really? No, I wouldn't. For the fact of the matter is, you got a thing about brown skin sisters, bruh. You got a thing. So, Tokyo Vanity, she is a rapper out of New Orleans. She was on Love and Hip Hop. She does a lot of things, but she clipped back. It's some years ago, but I had to bring it back because he's on tour and everybody's talking about, ooh, Chris Brown, the meet and greet, blah, 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 Chris Brown. I would have paid $1,000. I would not have, only because Chris Brown has some issues with colorism. And so Tokyo Vanity talked about it, you know, she put it on her story because Chris Brown thought that it was going to be funny that, and people, like, he literally mocked her and was like, oh, let me take you on a date. You don't even like brown skin sisters though. You don't even fool with them that way. So we're gonna insert a video of Tokyo Vanity, you know, talking her mess about this situation. Damn, baby girl, you're fine.
Christopher Paulette Brown. Bitch, stop playing with me. Okay, all that talking about can you take me out and all that, like, bitch, that shit not funny. Second of all, bitch, I'm not even your type, bitch. You into things of, lighter complexion, coke, heroin, Molly, acid, embalming fluid, cigarettes. I'm just saying, Puerto Rican women, white women, Asian women, and that's all fine because that's your preference and we are entitled to a preference. Bitch, all I'm doing is calling it like I see it. When we was in the club in Miami and when we was in the club in LA, bitch, in your section, your rules was no darkies. You wouldn't let my homegirl in LA, but you let all her friends in. And in Miami, you wouldn't let my other homegirl in, but you let all her friends in. But y'all was talking about no dark-skinned women. All I'm saying is, like a gangster, how you feel, stand on that shit. Because me, however I feel about anything, I'ma stand on it 10 toes. Bitch, don't come changing your opinion and how you feel about shit because everybody bashing you. And furthermore, I told my homegirl not to even be in your section because, bitch, she don't even do coke.
So that was the clip I was talking about. Like, bruh, like, come on now, like, but these are the people y'all supporting. These are the people y'all looking up to. These are the people that y'all love. These are the people that y'all's like, oh, they're the best thing popping. They really not shit in real life. Like, think about it though. These are the people that y'all was like, oh, he's a trendsetter. Ooh, blah, blah, yeah. Do y'all not know that it is women that market off the fact that they have this upper hand? It's really called passing. I'm not gonna get too theoretical with y'all about passing and about, those type of things. We ain't gonna talk about it. But, Chris Brown decided that because people didn't like this and people put this out into the media that he was unsupportive of his brown-skinned sisters, that he was gonna, make a mockery out of it and think that it was funny. Like, oh, let me take you on a date. First off, you don't even like brown-skinned women. If you don't like brown-skinned women, I don't know why this happens in the first place. If you know you're not attracted to brown-skinned women, just like me, you know you're not attracted to chubbier girls, why even waste my time and come my way? Why even do that? So it's like, for people to be supporting this and making this a bigger thing, like, keeping this going on, like, you putting your support in somebody like Chris Brown is like saying, I think that the things that this person does is okay. I think it's okay. I support them. I'm going to give them my money rather than go and see, a hard-working sister or a hard-working brother that stands in solidarity with us. You'd rather go, spend your money to see somebody like that? Come on now. I feel like it's bullshit. So it's like, it's people like him that influence this shit, that think that this shit is cool and flashy and all that. It's like, I just really want to know, like, I want to get a clearer understanding of what the experience is. Like, why is it so? Like, I had a boyfriend, like, in my much younger days, I had a boyfriend, and we were like real close. Like, we were close. Like, I would say, like, we was close, but we was young. And I feel like this, oh.
That's what I'm telling you. I saw it freezing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I'm letting you know everything's all right.
But I had this boyfriend, and we were in this relationship, and I felt like he was influenced, to step away from, our little puppy love. I mean, when I'm in high school, when I'm dating, I see everything as puppy love. But even in like high school, when I got into college, like, there were no guys that were on the campus that I was at that was into the intellectual brown sisters, and sisters that was out here, learning about our culture, the sisters who was just being themselves. Like, they were not into that shit. They weren't. Like, if you was not Instagram model or Instagram worthy, or like, you know what I'm saying, you're not getting no play. Like, you might get a hey, you might get a sneaky hey, like, you might get a sneaky link type of thing. Like, just to put it out there, like, 9 times out of 10, like, the 9 times out of 10, the women that are not dated are women who are, you know, not appreciated, are women who are on their shit, who are intellectual, who know their worth, who put their foot down, who are not afraid to back down, you know, from anything. Now, I ain't saying, you know, other women don't have these characteristics. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that in most situations, there's a lot of women who are like me, who are intellectual women. I'm not for all the glitz and glam type shit. Like, that's not me. Like, yeah, I like to take cute selfies of myself. What woman don't like to take cute selfies of themselves? What? Of course I like to do that, but I'm more of an intellectual being, so I could care less about what the outside of myself looks like, but more about enriching the inside of my mind. And I feel like that's what social media has taken away. You're not worried about what the woman thinks like. You're not worried about, you know, who the woman is at heart. You just worried about, you know, if she got a fat ass, if she fits your preference, if she got real hair, if she wear weave, or, you know, I don't know. Sometimes y'all only date women with that fit a persona. Like, they gotta have a Instagram persona. Like, even for y'all to even when, you know, you going out and you with a group of women, like, the women that fit my characteristics that wear like ankhs and wooden jewelry and, you know, shit like that, like, y'all be looking at us like we aliens or some shit. Like we not sisters. Like, it just almost dawns on me that, like, nobody wants to date a sister. Like, nobody, like, I mean, there are men that love sisters. Like, shout out to y'all. Like, y'all out here doing it. I'm not putting down the men that don't like to date sisters. I'm putting down the men that specifically don't date sisters because of their skin tone, because of their intellectual preferences, because they feel like they're not smart enough to get up, or they just feel like they want somebody that's a doormat. And I feel like in those characteristics, it's like, you ain't gonna try to walk over a chick that got 20K or whatever, 400,000 followers on Instagram. You ain't gonna walk over no chick like that. But if you got you an intellectual sister that's not worried about that social media shit, that's not worried about, you know, looking the part, who's worried about, like, I'm not a person that wants to look the part. I want to walk the walk and talk the talk. If I'm going to do some shit, I'm going to do it. I ain't going to post about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do it in real life. It's a lot of people that want people that are showy, like, yeah, like, I just got a BBL, or I just got, yeah, let me post about it. Please. It's a lot of that going on, and it affects, like, everything. It's real weird. So, like, I feel like I created bigger issues now. And so when I'm thinking about colorism and thinking back to the time, I'm like, just because you think that colorism is okay, think about what happened to Emmett Till. Like, think about it. Just because, or think about the young man that was just murdered that was dating Courtney Clenny. Think about that. Jeez, okay, we're gonna go to commercial and I'm gonna get back into it. y'all, we are back, and this is my last segment. I ain't gonna go off on y'all too much longer. I'm gonna go ahead and drop some gems. So in this segment of my show is called Dropping Gems, where I just share some gems with y'all that are real and that are factual. So Malcolm X, Malcolm X is one of my favorite activists, along with Mr. Marcus Garvey. If you don't know anything about Marcus Garvey, I'm gonna tell you. Chop it up with me. Hit me up on social media. I'll tell you a little bit about it. I love to educate people. The media. So Malcolm X said, the media is the most powerful entity on the earth. They have the power to make the innocent guilty and make the guilty innocent. They control the mind of masses. So the media can control the mind of everyone. So like, if all you got popping up on your For You page is a certain type of woman, this is the type of women that you think is trending in media. These are the type of women that you think media is accepting. This is the type of women that, you think is, that is getting the most likes, that people are attracted to. Or even, in this situation, can control the minds and make the guilty people innocent. We see this all the time, like in our community, where we're being attacked, or we're not being heard, or we're not being believed, or anything that we say is not the truth. People don't believe our stories. This happens all the time in our community. So you can take it or leave it. It's just a gem I want to drop. I think it's valid. Malcolm X also said the most disrespected woman in America is the black woman. The most unprotected woman in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman. A lot of people don't know how to sit with that. Like, a lot of people don't even see it. Like, every time, like, I don't know. I feel like it should be something that's thought of. Like, every time you disrespect a black woman, I want you to think about the things that they have to go through within society to get to where they are. Think about the black woman. The black woman is like Mother Earth. We got the Eve gene. Let me not talk about it. Woo! The Eve gene, that'll be something for another episode. But it's just like, I don't know, like, we the Mother Earth, we're the beginning of everything, Without our seed can create any type of race on this earth. Can come from a black woman. A black woman can create a baby that has blonde hair and blue eyes, and it can come out of a black woman. But for us to not be loved and not be protected in society, especially by our men, and especially by the men that are, people that can relate to us, people that we have the same blood, it's crazy. So, like, I don't know, my experiences in college of, like, being put down because, I was a heavier sister. I'm a thick bitch. That's why the show is called Thicker Thongs. But, like, me just being put down, like, time and time again, because I'm a thicker sister. I'm an intellectual sister. Don't let this hat fool you. It's a big Jimmy Neutron up under this bitch. But, I felt like it needed to be talked about. I swept it under the rug for a long time. I let it slide past, even in my past situation, I let it slide past. I'm not beneath thee. I'm probably smarter than thee. I probably know a little bit more than thee. And that is per usual for all of our sisters. I don't like to geek and brag, but my brainier sisters, we know what we know. It's a lot of people that can't get up with us because they feel like we're gonna challenge them. Like, our conversations are challenged. our conversations are challenging because they're heavier, and we want to speak facts. I don't want to speak about, ooh, I don't want you to show me no girl on your phone, ooh, she's fire. I don't give a fuck about that bitch. What you see on social media, that don't have nothing to do with what's in real life. Like, y'all be meeting some of these girls and they don't even know how to talk. They be like, they can't even hold a real conversation with you. They're not smart. They have other stuff going on. I mean, like, but you would pass up an intellectual sister that fights for our rights, that's, in the movement, that, loves herself and loves, our people as a whole, for someone that can't relate to who you are. Like, and I feel like that really, like, put me into depression, because it's my post-graduation depression, because it was like, I don't know, like, when I was going back to school, I always had something to go back to. Like, I always had something to go back to, something to be excited about. And now I'm out in the real world, I'm just here. I mean, I'm working, and I'm excited to get to talk to y'all. But it's like, socially, it's a big barrier in social life, and even dating, in social life, even at work, or even, the places that you go to be social too. Colorism, fat phobia. These are things that are in our social circles that people don't want to talk about. That, the media thinks is okay. Like, it's clubs that don't let people in because they too big. Do y'all know that? Do y'all know that there are, 1,001 men that pop bottles every week that don't let brown skinned, beautiful, badass women in their section, won't even give them a conversation or the time of day because, oh, you don't fit my preference in tone, or you don't fit my preference in body type, or these the type that I normally date. I don't call women female dogs. Sorry. But, I mean, really. So, like, as I'm mixing and mingling, after post-graduation, I feel like this is a big thing in Louisville. It's a big thing. I don't think it's a big thing every place else. I think that it's a big thing in Louisville, because Louisville is a following-ass city. Everybody wants to follow what they think is big and trendy on social media so that they can be the next one to make it out. If you get you an Instagram type, beep. If you get you a model type, beep, then I don't know, you might be able to make it out. Y'all go to the waterfront, y'all get y'all little photo shoot on the bridge. Do some little poses, make sure y'all got matching outfits, whatever. Y'all might be the next, YouTube couple to make it big. But, I don't know, it's just never with an intellectual sister, though. It's never with, one of these powerful sisters that are out here, the movements out here in the streets trying to educate people about our people. It's never that. Why not? I bet you'll learn some things. That's what it is. Y'all don't like learning from people. Y'all don't. But no, for real. So I'm about to go ahead and close, this episode out. Y'all tell me what y'all think about the pink fade. I don't know. Let me know. I mean, we on this colorism, pink might not be the color of my skin. Tell me though. Alright, well, I love all sisters. I love all of my sisters. All of my sisters are amazing. We have to support each other and uplift each other and stop these standards. Stop letting our men, even us, each other, keep these standards up in our society. We have to build each other up to where, we're all seen as equal around the board, and that we love each other, and that we don't continue to perpetuate this standard. Like, if you ever with your homegirl and they was like, oh, I just had this happen to me. Like, Rarely. But like, if you're ever with your homegirl and she can't get in somewhere because of how she looks or, you know, what she's got on, you as a friend have to stand up and be like, this is bullshit, and walk away. Or, you know, if you ever have a friend and he's like, oh, you got a friend for my friend, you're like, yeah. But I don't date brown skinned girls. You shouldn't even date his homeboy for some shit like that. Drop the homeboy too. Homeboy, I can't even talk to you because the shit that your friend said was disrespectful. But I'm gonna close it out. Let me know about the pink hair. Let me know what should I do with my hair next. Drop it in the comments. I might do it. Alright, y'all. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Be safe. You know, the weather's getting a little cool. Go outside, have a picnic, do something. I'll talk to y'all next week.